It's not on our agenda. We will allow for 3-minute comments. Madam Clerk, do you have any requests to speak?
No, sir.
IT?
Yes, sir. We have an Alex Alexander. You have the floor, sir.
Alex, if you're on, you got 3 minutes.
Thank you so much for having me. I guess you guys can't see my face, but I'm a local Scientologist here, and I have a complaint about the Riverside County Sheriff's Department. I was recently arrested for DWI, and I don't even drink. As a matter of fact, it was a total misunderstanding why the cop pulled me over. I had thought that I had seen Vin Diesel. I'm a huge Fast and the Furious fan. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie franchise, but for me, I love movies. That's one of the reasons I became a Scientologist. I love Tom Cruise. And if you guys haven't seen Top Gun, you guys, I really suggest everybody needs to go see that movie. It's absolutely incredible. But the problem with the Riverside County Sheriff's Department is they pulled me over because they thought that I was stalking someone because I was following a guy and it was in a red Lamborghini. It come to find out it was not Vin Diesel, but I had been following him for a few hours. I'd followed him at a restaurant. The guy was bald. I mean, he looked just like him. He could have been a Vin Diesel impersonator if you ask me. So they pulled me over because they said that the person had called in and said that I had been being suspicious or something like that, which, I mean, I'll be honest, I was a little suspicious. And I wasn't drinking, but I was so nervous when the cop pulled me over that I started to slur my words. I had recently been vaccinated, so I was a little lightheaded. I'd actually given blood that same day. But the police officer, you know, the sheriff's department, they would not whatsoever believe me. You know, they just constantly thought I was drunk. They thought that I was on some sort of barbiturates. But people that follow Scientology know that, you know, L. Ron Hubbard was strictly against any sort of pharmaceutical, any sort of alcohol, any sort of drugs whatsoever. And that I have thetans that I am trying to get out of my body through, you know, intense therapy and psychotherapy and psychoanalysis. So I just would like it if Mayor Vargas, if you could do something to help me, because this is the problem. As a Scientologist, I constantly get demonized. My kids are bullied in school. My wife's boyfriend makes fun of me all the time. You know, he was our pool boy, and then, you know, once I had some performance issues, he ended up kind of seeing my wife, and we're kind of in this throuple situation. And she's a suppressive person. She left the church because he convinced her. So I'm losing my family. Now I have to, you know, go into hardcore counseling and explain to them why I was charged with driving under the influence. And the police officer says they said they gave me a deal. Instead of charging me felony stalking, they're giving me a deal by charging me with DWI. But I don't drink alcohol. I mean, I'll be honest, in college, I used to take a little sniff or a little puff of you know what, but now I'm absolutely sober. All I care about is the teachings of Xenu, the intergalactic, you know, board that we follow. That's all I care about. So I don't really like the justification that they used in order to put me in jail. And listen, I live in a great house. I'm a taxpayer. Like, my life was okay, other than my wife's boyfriend teasing me, and then, you know, the cruelty that my children face in school. Life was going good, but now I don't know. I could lose it all. I could lose my job. I work at a printing company.
Okay, Mr. Alexander?
Yes.
Your time's up. If you want to set a meeting up with the mayor's office, please call City Hall and ask, and I'll be more than happy to sit down with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Mayor Vargas. I'll set that up. I'll send an email right now.
All righty, thank you.
Mr.
Anybody
Mayor,
else?
we have a Marty Epstein